So hello, my name is Marie Fouché and I'm a yoga instructor. And before you do any kind of yoga routine, you should always do some warm-ups. So this short little segment is going to just help give you some ideas on how to warm up prior to doing a yoga routine. So the first thing I like to do lots of times is I like to lay face down on my mat. And I have my feet on the floor, I put my hands out to the side, shoulder level, palms down, and then I'll cross my right foot so it just goes past my left knee, and then I can gently lift my left leg up, bringing my right leg in towards my chest. Now, when I do this, you have to really listen to your hip. Never go past wherever your resistance level is, and especially, if you feel any pain, don't, drop it down a notch, okay? Don't force yourself. And if you are arching your back in this pose, then you need to drop it down a notch. Now, if you feel like you're okay here, you can wrap your hands, interlace them behind your, down underneath your knee, around your thigh, or you can put them on your shin. And then you can just gently bring it in a little bit tighter, a little bit closer, and just hold and breathe. Now in yoga, we never ever bounce in a pose, ever. That's a surefire way of creating an injury. So usually what we do is we kind of do like a wave-like motion. So you can kind of bring your leg up and down a couple of times, and then you can come in and hold for a couple of breaths. So we do, it's like a dynamic to a static posture. And then we're going to drop our feet down, cross our left foot over, flex that left foot, bring that right knee up, bringing the leg in towards the chest, then drop down, in and down, and in and hold. And now you can just hold and breathe for a few breaths. And again, if you try to reach and you put your hands just underneath your knees and you're arching your back, you've gone too far. Your back should remain in constant contact with the floor. Okay, so if you're arching your back here, put your hands down here or put your hands here. Really listen to your body in these poses. Okay, and then we're going to drop our feet down to the floor. Then I'm going to lift my right foot up. And if I can, I'm going to hold the sole of my right foot. Now, if you can't hold your foot, go ahead and just grab hold of your ankle. And then you just kind of gently start rotating your hip in its socket, lubricating the joint. Our joints love to be moved around like this and lubricated. And then I'm going to do that dynamic to static movement. I'm going to raise my leg up, and on the exhale, bring my knee down towards my rib cage. Now, you might not be able to get your knee down this far. You might only be able to bring it down an inch or so. That's fine. Wherever you are, it's absolutely perfect. Honor your body and where it's at, and then just work in that area. And eventually, you're going to get more and more movement and flexibility. We all have to start somewhere. Now we're just going to hold and breathe. This is a really nice way to start opening up the hips, and it also starts working the quadriceps and a little bit of the hamstrings. Go ahead and drop that right foot, and now we're going to go to the left foot. So again, if you can't reach it, just grab hold of your shin or your ankle. Do what you need to do for yourself. Listen to your body. Never go past what we call the edge, and the edge is where you feel that little bit of resistance. So after you rotate your hip around, you're going to extend up, and then exhale down. Inhale up, and then exhale down. Inhale up, and then exhale down, and let's hold. You'll also find that in yoga, you're probably going to find that one side of your body is more flexible than the other, because probably you use that side that's a little less inflexible more often than the other side of your body. So don't be discouraged by that. Just, accept it and work with it. For instance, my right side is much tighter than my left side. Okay, now we're going to bring our feet down, and then we're going to lift our feet up, have our knees directly over our hips, and then we're going to drop our knees to the right, keeping our feet up off the floor. And if you can, try to keep your shoulders down the floor. And if you can, look to the left. If not, that's okay. You can look up or to the right. And then what you want to do here is you're bringing your abs in and up towards your spine. This really starts working on your whole abdominal area by keeping your feet up off the floor. And then we're going to bring our knees back up. And then we're going to drop them to the left. Okay? And just breathe into it. And this is really a great little spinal twist. So remember though, before you do yoga, as hopefully you read the disclaimer, if you have any physical issues, especially spinal issues, high blood pressure, pregnancy, things like this, you need to talk to your doctor first, okay, before you embark on any exercise program. So now let's put our feet on the floor. Let's come to sitting, and let's come up onto our knees. Now in yoga, one of the most important things is you need to stack your joints over one another, unless I tell you otherwise. So my shoulders are directly over my elbows are over my wrists. My knees are hips distance apart, and my hips are directly over my knees. And I have my toes curled under. And we're going to do Vidalasana, or cat-cow pose. Now personally, I like to inhale and then look up and bring my tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bringing my head down towards the floor, my tailbone down towards the floor like a hissing cat. Exhaling, inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. And this pose helps you start warming up your spine. One more time. And then we're going to come to neutral. And then I want you just to turn and look. Turn your head towards your right foot and look. Now we're starting to work our sideways. Now turn your head to the left and look at your left foot. Now again to the right. And again towards the left. Our waist area, especially our rib cage, stays so stiff. And it really prohibits us from taking good deep breaths in, which is one of the most important things. We need a lot of oxygen, obviously. And we don't oxygenate ourselves well enough. So I spend a lot of time opening up these sideways in lots of our poses. So now what I want you to do is take your right hand, you're going to put it underneath your torso, going towards the left, palm up, and then you're going to bring your shoulder down to the